Hi, welcome everyone to another episode of Timberborn. This will be our second playthrough. We will play through until the next drought. So here we go. Let's go into our beaver boys. Let's see. Looks like autosave was done right after I saved it. I'm just going to load that one. As it loads. So we're still working on folktales. Here we are in our little location. Let's see. So where we left off, we had just ended the drought. We're in day 2. We have to get housing. We're still moving. So we needed these planks so that we could get to this area. We have some platforms we need to build. We have some stairs we need to build. And we have to get those stairs built before we can even contemplate moving our city center. Once we move our city center, then we'll be able to start using this more as like, we'll probably plant some berries here, do some trees here, maybe some farming. I don't know. Maybe we'll do farming around here. We'll see what that turns out, how that looks best. Maybe put the houses up in this area. Remember, we still have to get up here before some red tide comes. So we also need to get this blocked off. And this blocked off. Even if only to keep the red tide, you know, kind of away from our buildings and stuff, especially when we're farming. So let's go ahead and get in. Let's get started. We'll put it on 2 speed. All right, so we're still building these resources. We're still pretty good on food. Carrots are looking good. Once this tree is down and this tree is down, we can put in a few more carrots. Carrots are some good, quick growing food. Once we move across, we'll still leave these here, but we'll start looking into things like potatoes and wheat. Wheat's going to be a little bit longer in the game, in the playthrough, because you know, we need to grind it and then we need to bake it into bread. Same with cattails. We have to grind those before we can bake crackers. And then spatterdock we can just grill. So once we're kind of in the potato range, maybe we'll look at spatterdock as well. I mean, we could put in a few more carrots in this area. It's not going to hurt. I think that was what we needed. Yeah, cancel that last row. But you can see they just ran out. They were ready to get that going. Let's see. We have 3 jobs that aren't done. Maybe now that we have this up and running. And let's see, we put in 1 more carrot here. Get to work, boys. We'll drop that down to 2. Maybe we don't need all 3 of those running. And I don't really need that there either. I did not mean to put those down. We'll uproot those. We don't need them. So we still have some science going. What were we wanting to do with science next? Not an underground pile. We have both of those. Well, we need the forester. That's a good one. Let's go ahead and unlock that. We'll start getting that one ready. Because you can see they can forest all of this, and the closer we get here, you know, maybe we can have them forest all of this whole area, so we can get some trees growing. You know, I might not have done such a good job of putting that there, but you know, how are we going to get over here until we get some steps and some platforms? This would be another good spot to pair off. So maybe we'll just focus on this area up here for now. and what we can do as far as planting trees. We'll just put that one here. What that'll allow us to do, so we can make sure that blueberries are just taken care of. So any spots that we don't already have blueberries, we're gonna put blueberries for that spot. And we may as well see if we can get all that growing. And then for here, now here's a question we have. We need pine eventually for resin, but we also need, like, maple trees are the best as far as wood. You get the most wood from it, but you also get maple syrup. Oak, you don't get maple syrup, but you still get much more wood. You start getting into like chestnuts, that's a good food source. Pine is not very good for wood. Birch is the worst, but it grows like super fast. So, you know, we're still growing into this area. There's a lot of birch in here. Maybe we'll just kind of split this between maple and pine for now. We'll do some maple there. A couple pine. And then maybe chestnut, just for a little bit of food variety. And we'll see what grows. We'll see what grows, what doesn't. We want to make sure that we can cut some of these. So we're going to pretty much put this entire section up for cutting. Let's see. Go back to trees. I want to see where it is. Yeah. Hopefully cutting area. Alright, so we're right at this spot here. Okay. That'll help me check that cutting area. Oh yeah, perfect. So these down here, when they grow, we'll just put in like a tapper shed here. The chestnuts can be done by a gatherer flag. Yeah, that guy can gather all those chestnuts too. So we're in a really good position there. Still no drought notification. That's fine. Can't build the warehouse yet because we're just not across there. Oh, but we did get planks. So you can see we have some planks going on. We have these steps now. So we're in a really good position to move if we want. We have that lumberjack flag. Let's see where these paths can bring us, because he can't quite get to that yet. Alright, so now they can get to this. We're just going to make this go up here just so they can get access. I want to get this cleared out. These are especially important for me to get cleaned out. So let's see, where are they on this? Ooh, I'm getting the logs and planks going. Cool. So one of the other things we're going to start looking at is power, more sustainable power. We're going to need some windmills. We're going to need some water wheels, but we'll see where it makes the most sense for that. You know, with this flowing, maybe the water wheels make sense to go over here. We're going to have a good access to some metal to start. We're going to be able to cap off this. I don't know if, let's see. I don't know. Bot assembler. So one of these I've seen has like, they can cap off the bad water. And I don't know if folktails can. We do have a mine, so we'll eventually get to that. We'll get this scrapper scavenging flag. Observatory, refinery, bot parts, bot assembler. Maybe it's underwater. Oh yeah, there we go. So we got a bad water dome. So this will just seal off all the bad water, and we don't need that. But we also have a bad water rig. At some point, we're going to need bad water, and we're going to use that to refine. I'm not really sure. I think it comes from the refinery. Let's see. Water. It looks like bad water and maple creates a catalyst. So we'll need that for the bots, but that's really late game. You know, we can maybe cap it off before then. And then we also have, that's where we'll put the mine. So like this is a good place for our industrial area. And we'll just kind of go from there. All right, so they're working their way across. We have steps in these areas. They're working their way over here. So we're looking pretty good. I think the biggest risk is let's tear this one down. We don't really need that. We'll do a different lumberjack flag. Now that we've grown a little bit into this area. Maybe we'll just do another path. Paths are cheap. They don't cost anything. You can just pull them right out there and just kind of toss it for now. And that'll cover that entire area. That's perfect. And make sure that's on the road. All right. Let's just check and make sure that we can. And we do have that mark. So we're going to remove this. Oh, that's why they haven't gotten that. All right, so we want that to be cut down. We're going to remove all the rest of this. We don't need any of that. We want that one cut down as well. There's no point in continuing to grow that. This can all be removed as well. Oh, we want to make sure that we are cleaning up after ourselves. I think we'll keep this just for now. We may need to bring a path over here. But if we're going to bring a path, we'll probably just come up like in here or something just to get over to that. While we're thinking about that, let's just go ahead and prepare for that. Let's see, where do we want? We can probably come up here. Let's see, we'll uproot this tree. We don't really need it. That'll help us with pathing. So again, paths are cheap. We can bring them in. We can get rid of them. And then once we get those cut down, then although they're already in pretty good shape. I mean, we could tap those if we wanted them. I don't think we need them though. All right, so we got the warehouse, berries, carrots. We already built an inventor. That's good. We have the lodges. So now we need a water wheel is what it's telling us. We really need to get the people down to here. I want to try to get this blocked off and this blocked off. That's going to help us keep water in. And then really still need to get this path going up here. So what's the best way around this spot? Got some areas. Yeah, we'll have to go down here. We're just going to get some stairs going. And we'll probably prioritize those. So deconstruct, we don't want that. Yes. We're going to put in steps straight. Now that gets us around to there. So let's put in path. Ooh, we're starting to get really close to the end. Hopefully we can make it to there. Super red. Still looking good. Put some steps down here. Ooh. All right, and now we need that's what we wanted. We need a floodgate, and we have enough to get a floodgate. So we have the floodgate. We don't have enough for levees, but that's okay. We can always add those in later. So the best way to do this, you know, you can go diagonal. All that means is the water will still be blocked, but since we're diagonal, you won't be able to control all of these at once. I haven't added any mods, but I know there is a mod that automates that. So there's like a sensor as soon as it feels or touches bad water, it we don't want to build those right there. I'm going to change it. As soon as it senses bad water, it pretty much shuts everything down, and that's fine. We're okay with that. There we go. We'll put it right across there. That gives us an opportunity to put some steps in behind. And there we go. See if we can at least, yep. So it is red, but we can make it there. And our goal, like I said before, is to move. So, you know, maybe we'll prioritize some of these. We're getting there. I think the drought is more important to keep water in. So if we were to prioritize anything, I would say these are high priority. These are high priority. That's already being worked on, but like we want to get those done. That's still a medium priority. So, you know, stopping this will keep everything from running out this way and this way. We want this to be closed completely, and probably the same across here at some point. If I were to do this, I would put those right here. And then that way we're still allowing water in, but we won't let it out. That's going to be, like I said, really critical once we start getting some bad water tides. And again, the goal will be we'll remove these blocks. Bad water, these go up, keeps all the good water in, and all the bad water gets shunted out through this path into this mine and off the map. Oh, I still have it on. Yeah, building. So you can see the water goes here. So comes in here. It'll be blocked by these blockers. This is a drop down, so it can't flow backwards up that. It'll just flow out. Cool. All right, so let's check on our little beaver boys. That dude's getting thirsty. That's going to be our next thing, is like improving our water. We just need more water. But they are going. Oh yeah, they're starting on this, so that's good. So dams just need logs, so that's really good. The only thing that's holding us up for any of that is, you know, wow, they are putting berries there. Who's putting berries there? They're just dragging them from over here? Well, I guess this was full. All right. Well, we'll put in a gatherer flag. Only because this is some good food again, and especially once we get these dams in place, we're really going to have a lot of food, and that's good. Again, you can see we're harvesting, or we're planting behind our harvest. So that's why you want to make sure that you've prioritized your action for planting. Otherwise, they wouldn't plant any of this until they were harvested. They were done harvesting everything. And there we go. Finally got all the trees out of there. So I wonder, here's a question. We don't have this prioritized. What are we waiting for? Blanks. All right. So we're going to give that one like a little bit more construction priority, because we really want this dude coming in here and taking care of this. I still have this set for cutting. Let's see. We want cut that. Nothing there, nothing there. All right. So we're just trying to clear out this as much as we can. You can see, yeah, he's ready to go. He's happy to cut that. All right, we shouldn't have any chipped teeth. That's good. We did finally get that in. We don't need to cut anything there anymore. we'll do this just because I feel like I may put a path in here. Actually, that's going to be a really good idea. So we're just going to start our path because that gives us another way through. And then we can just set these for uproot, 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 uproot. May as well. So they'll get up there. They'll take care of that. That'll help us get, you know, another quicker lane across to that. Again, we're not going to be too specific for some of this because we really want to move our town center. Water's looking okay. We could probably do with a couple more storage tanks. So let's talk about storage tanks. Gears and planks. We don't have any of that. We are not set up for that. So we're just going to continue on with some smaller tanks here. We'll just put in 2 for storage. And that's right. We marked those for demolition. Do we want that? That's going to be blocked. Not yet. We'll eventually get to that when we are able to reach this area. Then we can blow that out. That's going to get more water in here. We're going to have more green space. And then we kind of want to make sure that we have these dams in place first. Otherwise, all the water we have here will just flow out this way. So maybe I'll just take this off. That way we don't accidentally have that done before I'm ready for it. Oh, dam's going in. Blueberry, it died. So they need some water. The reason why they need water is because they're getting far from home. You know, they're having to walk all the way around here, but that's because we don't really have a good path between here. You know, it'd be a lot of stairs, a lot of platforms. So the idea is maybe we just keep those going for now, just around the side. You know, we're still trying to get in a stable situation. We're trying to get moved up here. This will be a better home for our beavers. It'll be closer to a few more resources. You know, we'll be able to use some of this area down here a little bit better for planting. Not only trees, but farming. You know, maybe this becomes the farm area. This becomes the tree area on both sides of here. Again, we still want to get down here and block this off lower. We probably could do that fairly easy. We could put stairs here. We already have planks, so stairs here wouldn't cause too big of a problem. Maybe we'll just go ahead and prep for that now. You know, we can take them off anywhere. That might not be bad. We'll just go from there. Again, we're trying to keep our lines as straight as possible. The curves, the turns, those are what really stop beavers and what makes it harder for them to get around. So we don't want a floodgate. We just want a dam down here. We're just going to dam this up. Let's see. Go diagonal. Trying to find what makes the most sense for this. You can do straight there, but I also want to use the least amount of resources. So again, diagonal like that will block off all the water. It just, you can't put a path across it. You can't really, like if these were the floodgates, you can't raise them and lower them all at the same time. So. But that's fine. Let's see, do we want to prioritize those? We still don't have a drought coming in, so we have a lot of water coming in. That's a high priority. I'm just needing logs. Oh, that's too far. Oh, it's probably only too far because it hasn't been built yet. Let's see what this says. Oh yeah. Yeah, that can still reach it. It needs to have this one built before this one can be built. And this one. So. All right, we are probably running short on logs. Somebody working here? Yes. Did I actually assign cutting? Yes. All right. So where are we on planks? So we have 13 planks. We have 58 logs. So we're still doing okay. We're like right at the cusp. What are these little beaver boys doing? All right, so we have 1 children, we have 1 spare bed, so we're gonna need to look at expanding. So if we're know that we're coming up here anyway, we should probably start thinking about what housing looks like for the beavers in this area. Or hear me out, this area here might be good just for living. Because they don't have to live near the center. They can live wherever, and you can have multiple spots for living. So, you know, we could do, let's see what our housing options are. We don't need a mini lodge. That's pretty useless. It only houses 1. We're currently housing 3. 150 science. So here's the question. Do we need more housing, or should we go with the levy first? I think more efficient housing makes more sense. It's still 20 logs, so it's not adding to like gears or anything like that. That might be a good thing to do. So that's what we're doing. Science points. So now we can put in some lodges. They are 2-story. And what that means is you can put one here, put one here. So like that's a good use of space. We can even put them here. And it's not going to cause any problems for our beavers. Let's see. No, won't work there. I'm trying to see. Like you can even put them in water, technically. You know, the first floor beavers apparently don't care. They don't mind being underwater. But I think for now, I'm just gonna, because we have all the housing here, we have the food and all the stuff we need kind of set up here. We're just gonna prep for that location. I'm trying to think if I want to do anything. Like I really didn't want those out, but we were also planning for potential, you know, a whole colony moving. So I think we'll just do those 2 for now, and then we'll see what happens when we start getting into this area, what makes the most sense. But that's going to give us another, it sleeps 6, so that's another 12 beavers anyway. So let's see, where are we? We are getting that done. Do we have enough builders? Let's see. So we still have 1 job that's not accounted for. That means we have somebody working everywhere, and that's really good. We will have another job coming up here. So unemployed beavers, these 12 will be really good. We need that forester in. So let's put those on top priority so we can get some more beavers in. Scavenger flag's going to be really good next. Looks like we'll need a platform and 2 sets of stairs, but we can start scavenging here. We're already set up for a mine, so this is going to be a really good industrial area. Maybe with this harassing me about a water wheel, one of these areas makes more sense than the other. We can put some in here and kind of double it up. This is a good spot for us to, you know, put in the power supplies that we would need, mainly the power shafts and that type of stuff. So yeah, let's see. If we thought about production, let's see, not power, wood. So we're talking about wood production. We're gonna need a gear workshop. We already have the lumber mill. So if we put that lumber mill here, you know, what would that look like for us? And then we're gonna pause everything that we put in just because we're messing around. A gear workshop, we need that. 132 points. What do we also want? We wanted levies. Yeah, let's go ahead and spend the science for levies, so we don't forget later. Whoop. Yeah, so that's what that looks like. No, we need to demolish that. We don't need a random levy in the middle. So that's not going to allow us to do a gear workshop, but we can start talking about things like power and what we need for that. So we get a wheel in here. You can see you have arrows. You can rotate them. Is this too deep to get out of? It is, because it's too high. All right, so a water wheel would not be really convenient in that location, but it would be on this. So this is too high up. So like we could, you know, get around it, put in 2 levees that stops the water, and then put this on top of a levee. That's a lot of work, a lot of resources. This side is lower, so maybe we talk about what it means to go over here, but we're not going to have much space to grow, especially once we unblock this and, you know, bring in some of that luscious life-giving water. So I'm just trying to look at my areas here and where do I have a single deep spot where I could easily put that in. This makes sense for a power wheel, but I don't know that this is where I want it to put my industry. Good news. We're down to the last dam here. We got 2 more here, so we're looking really good. Still no sign of drought, so that's good. Yeah. Trying to think where we want to go next. What do we want to prioritize? These are already prioritized. These are prioritized. Our big thing is replant dead trees, not hardwood cutting. That's a good idea. I'm glad they added that in. So now we have 3 days until the drought. So the question is, how can we speed up any of this? I don't know that we can. We do have materials. We have planks. We don't have any medicine or ingredients yet. That's fine. I think for our second drought, like, I think we're just set up really good. We're set up really well. I don't know that we're still gonna save any of this water. We didn't get this done, so it is gonna run off here, and it's gonna flow out any of these that aren't done yet. I think it also technically backflows, so we'll see where it goes, but we're ready. We have plenty of resources. We haven't added many, if any, beavers. So we're going to make all this obviously top priority. So everything's priority, which means nothing's priority. But it gives us an opportunity to say what they should be working on. This won't be too bad. Berries will still be fine. We're still not planting trees only because we don't have the forester in yet. What are they working on? Just more planks. So because we're using planks on a lot of these stairs, I think they just haven't prioritized that. And it's not the most prioritized one. We really wanted these dams done. Thinking about the water wheel. Yeah, the more and more I think about it, the more and more I'm just like, yeah, this would be a better spot. Yeah, that's too high. You know, we get one high down, but we get a lot less flow. We have more flow through here. I think we're going to end up with this area here being industrialized. You know, now that we're getting there, let's start thinking about those other 12 beavers that are going to come in. Get a lumberjack flag in here. Let's mark all this for cutting. So that's all there. May as well put a pile here. That way they don't have to drag it all the way back. We're going to say, just put some wood here. We can swap that out to metal as we get the mine and stuff, but for now, that seems like a good option. That gives us another opportunity to have some logs coming in. Especially since we haven't planted any of this yet. So we got 1.5 days until drought. We have water dammed off here, so we're definitely going to keep water in this spot. We don't have this dam done, but we have this one done. So water's coming in here and here. So we may end up keeping some water. I don't know how much, but we'll see. Keep those. These could almost be moved. Like, we don't really need those. They're not helpful. But it may also make sense to just fill this in with levees or something because we have water coming in here, water coming in here. Or maybe it makes more sense to just block this off completely and not have any water come down here. I haven't decided yet. We have another full day of work before anything else happens. So what is this? That's our lumberjack flag. It's paused. And that's partially why we're not getting any of those out. I think I'm going to want those out eventually, but I don't think we need that lumberjack flag there. Lumberjack flags are free. You just have to have a beaver come and put it in place. So. Yeah, they're slowly getting some of this taken care of. You know, the next thing will be a hauling post. That's something we can do when we have more workers. It's going to help us move things around. We don't need district crossing. Maybe a builder's hut in the future, but I don't think we're at that point yet. You can see our carrots are coming in. Some of these will die, but we're going to get to harvesting. After that, we'll see what the water does for us. Last time was pretty sketchy, but you know, we have this dam here. It's blocking that water. This one's almost done. So close. We need so many more logs, but you know, we'll see what happens when we get there. We're not going to use this, so, and that's only because we have low. All right, so the water's slowing down. It's towards the end of the day, so you can see we're getting some backflow from this dam. Blocked that off. We're not going to get any bad water backflowing here because of this, and it won't go any further than here because of this little outcropping as well. So it would be really, really nice to get this done. I don't think it's going to happen. So we're going to lose some water. We don't have anything blocking this off. This will probably be our water. And hopefully we have enough water from the pumps to last however long this drought's going to last. I don't think it's telling us. Four days. We have a 4-day drought. I think we'll be okay. Well, let's see. The water has stopped. This kept it in here. This kept it in here. It is still flowing down to this. So we're still going to lose a little bit. But it's going to be a lot slower. Let's see. Why? So my middle button does the and until, yeah, we're basically going to lose all the water. This water will still stay. If we would have had this built, we would have been in a lot better shape. And this one. I mean, they just finished this one, so we had a lot of water still running out. We will be in a much better position next drought. We'll have this whole area will be 0.7. Yep, you can see it starting to dry out. Will be 0.7 for everything that's currently still wet. So because this can't really drain out any further, it's just going to slowly evaporate down here. I'm surprised we still have some bad. Alright, so yeah, we lost all of that. We were still at 92 and we're almost halfway through, so that's really good. Alright, I wonder what our priorities are. So those are high priority. That's medium priority. What are we working on? What are these little beaver boys doing? Oh, they got the house done. They haven't done this log pile, haven't done that. So yeah, our next priorities are these houses. They're gonna get those taken care of. So that's gonna help us get more babies in. And then the next one will be these these dams and the forester hut. All right. House is done. Chopping wood, still happening. All the water we have keeping our little village alive. Barren. Mostly barren. A few puddles here and there. Still fiddling around with those. Our water's still looking good. 2 days left, so let's see. For one of the settings, I want to disable scrolling. I don't need edge scrolling. I don't know what swap camera buttons mean. There we go. That's what I wanted. Yeah. Now, when I hit the right button, I can tilt. And then these are keyboards. So Q and E, W, S, D. All right. That's good. Glad I found that. All right, so again, our dams are done. Dams are done. Oh, they put those dams in. That's interesting. Those were lower priority, I thought. Let's make these high priority. Because we don't really have any water coming in here anyway. And then we'll make these just like, if they get to it, they get to it. But make that a high priority. That normal. I think they're gonna end up just getting to it. All right. Oh, we have our forester. We're gonna replant dead trees not marked for cutting. So, one of the things we're gonna need eventually is also dandelions. We don't want to prioritize that. We're just whatever they want to do. So let's talk about dandelions. The foresters do dandelions. They also do blueberries. Dandelions would be all right. Like, it's not critical that we have them. We're gonna get some medicine from them at some point. But we may as well start like, hey, let's start putting some in. There we go. You know, sunflower seeds, those would be a good meal at some point. So we'll probably add that in for the farmer's hut. You can see we only needed one farmer's hut. Like, we have 2. They're really getting busy on this. They're collecting everything they can. Hold on 1 second. And we have 1.2 more days worth. Of drought. I'm gonna say, I thought that was highlighting that as being farmable. That did not make sense to me. All right, our water's still good. We do have a new barrel, so we started filling up one of those. That's good. So that we're out everywhere except here. This is going to be really, really tight for water. But we don't really want to pump out of here because that's keeping our farms alive, our wood gathering alive. So, you know, this might have been a better idea for farming, but with us looking to move up here in the long term, this is going to be a much better solution. So much scrap up there. Yeah, we're going to need out of there at some point. Just for the workers. I feel like this might end up being the best area for, you know, we're already coming out here. We're going to move town center here. This is going to be a good start for our industrial. We're so close to things. So that might be the path we take. Let's talk about that when we do. So we need to come here. We're not really going to have bad water in this area because the next thing is we're blocking this off. So maybe I'll just prioritize that while I'm thinking about it. Get your butts over here, boys. Whatever you need to do to get there. Keep the bad water out, and then we can just run these people. We can just run these people right through the water. It's not going to matter. Is that 2 or 1? Looks like 1. Yep. Cool. So now we can, the lumberjack that we were putting in here, we can get rid of for the moment. We don't need this. All right, cool. That's gonna get us over here. We do need to get all this stuff cut. Oof, we made it. Nobody died of thirst. Everybody's pretty happy. Foresters, we have 3 jobs that need to be taken. That's fine. Here comes the water. So we are getting some trees cut in this area. Cool. All right. So here, another lumberjack flag. And that'll just clean up that area when we get there. Still haven't taken care of any of those. Can I up the priority on this? Yes. Get to work. Get a little bit of backflow from our bad water source. That's okay. Here it comes. Here comes all that luscious, luscious water. Yeah, we kind of need this dam done. If only for the sake of keeping the water up here and not flowing down. So then we'll have this puddle here. We're getting this done. Luckily, that pushed that water right out before he got there. So no contamination. Yeah, we'll have two dams, 2 spillways, so we'll have this big puddle. You know, we can probably reclaim some of this. put in platforms, but it just made more sense at the time to do that with dams. This is filling up. It's going to start spilling over in a little bit. That's fine. And then we're starting to get this working on. What do we got? We got stairs. Oh, they're starting on that. Okay. That's fine. They work diagonally. So again, these aren't needed to keep the water from backflowing. These are needed to keep a bad tide coming in. I don't know how long until a bad tide comes. We're only on cycle 3. And they're going to start replanting all the carrots. We're still good on food. We have a lot of berries. So harvesters are doing really well on that. Carrots last it. And now we're starting to replenish our water supplies. So the next thing is definitely getting gears going, getting our industrial patch going. So I think this is going to be the key to our success. Getting a water wheel in place. So it's still filling up. So like here we are, day 2. We would still not be getting any power from a water wheel. Or minimal power at least. This one's flowing well. This was full. It already had water in it, so that's why. These in the future will probably not go completely dry anymore. So we won't be dealing with having to wait for 0.7 of the water tile to come back. And what I mean by that is if you zoom in here, these dams block off the water until it reaches 0.7 high and then it starts flowing through. So if we look at this, it's like over half of a tile, but not a complete tile before they start flowing over. If you look back here, you can see it right here. So it's getting close. It's getting close. But we also have other water outlets. So it'll take a while to fill up that entire area. You can see nothing's flowing out here. Most of the water, it seems like, is going out this way. This is a lot faster. So that's where all the water is going. And that's really why we want that dam here, because it'll raise up all of this. Basically, now that I think about it, like, that's probably where all the water is going to go, because that's the path of least resistance. That changes what I'm thinking. You can see the water flowing here, and then out, coming down here, and then out. Like, this is a drain, and this water flows much faster over these little magic tiles here than it does anywhere else. So we may never see water flow out here. That's interesting. So the question is, and we're putting dams across here, so we'll keep water in. Like, how are we gonna do? Got our little locks here. Yeah, this changes some of my plans for how I'm gonna get power. I may end up changing 2 of these. We may make this like how do I want to do that? All right, we may change how we do this. We may build we want to increase that flow. So like here with this, the way the tiles are, if it's straight across, it doesn't go that fast. If you take out this one tile, that speeds it up. So that's why this water is flowing so much faster here. So the question is, if we block that off with a dam, it's obviously not going to flow through. I may want to put some floodgates here. If I put floodgates here, maybe just 4 across, remove this dam, then I can raise and lower this as needed. If it lowers all the way, then this becomes the faster way out, especially if that side's dammed. So let's go ahead and prepare for that. I know I use the resources here, but I think that that's going to be a better plan for us in the long run, and then allow us to use this waterway for water wheels for now. So I think we'll be okay to just do that, and we'll let them build it. And then once that's built, we'll deconstruct this and put platforms, because platforms do not stop the flow of water at all. It just can't get materials. So we're scrambling for logs now. Oof. 3 jobs. So we don't have any unemployed beavers. Yeah, we're just needing so many logs. All right, so since logs are what we need, let's look at what we have for cutting. And do we have anybody that doesn't have anything to do? Well, this person doesn't have anything to do, so he's stranded. Oh, that. We'll see what jobs we still have. Construction, building lack worker. So, what is this? Gather a flag. It's a low priority. We have a lot of berries. We don't need more berries, so that's fine. Let's click here. 2 gather flags. Cool. Where is this one? Yeah, I mean, we do want that one working. This one's far away. Let's pause that one. We don't need that one now. Go back to this one. I mean, there's a lot of berries there. I feel like now is the time to do a hauling post, though, because we can put in a small warehouse and then have them bringing it to, you know, this one. Let's see. Is this warehouse empty? Yeah. Are they bringing all the berries? They brought all the berries here. Far away from everything. So we want to make sure we obtain berries. We have no haulers, so that's partially why we're seeing that. And the reason why we're doing this, we want berries close to the beavers. Maybe a large pile. We don't need that anymore. Like, we're not some wood there. It gives us another opportunity for a little bit more housing for now. Do we even want that housing? Does it make sense for something else? What else would we put there? Really having to give that some thought. Logs. This is okay that we're getting all this cut down. That'll allow us to get this out of here. Clears this out. We can probably do more farmland, and that would be okay. Oh, this is all one layer. So we could talk about like an aquatic farmhouse. That might be a really good area. Again, we talked about some late game stuff if we're talking about food. You know, maybe not cattails, but definitely spatterdock, because we're really close to start thinking about what we want to do for potatoes. And, you know, I meant to stop at the end of the drought, and I forgot. So I think we're going to cut it there. You know, we have pretty good. Let's see. I think, can I do a screenshot? So I have a screenshot. Oh, it looks like it took, so that'll be maybe a good option for thumbnail. Put some little beaver boys on it. We'll take one more. That's good. Maybe remove. There we go. Cool. All right, so that looks like a good place to cut it. Thank you all for joining me. If you have any suggestions or any comments on the video, please put them below, and I will take those into consideration, or, you know, follow your tips. So thank you.